దేశంలో అహింస అనే భావన ప్రమాదంలో పడిందన్నారు కాంగ్రెస్ ఉపాధ్యక్షుడు రాహుల్ గాంధీ. అమెరికా పర్యటనలో ఉన్న రాహుల్ కాలిఫోర్నియా యూనివర్సిటీలో అంతర్జాతీయ రాజకీయాలు అనే అంశంపై మాట్లాడారు. నిపుణుల సలహా తీసుకోకుండా చేసిన నోట్ల రద్దుతో దేశ జీడీపీ 2% పైగా పడిపోయిందన్నారు. సమాచార హక్కు చట్టాన్ని మోడీ ప్రభుత్వం నిర్వీర్యం చేస్తోందన్నారు రాహుల్.
Momentum is so powerful that our failure is no longer an option. Our success impacts the world, but should our country fail, it will shake the entire world. What India is trying to do is to connect 1.3 billion people into the global economy with minimum disruption possible in a peaceful and compassionate way. But don't be confused. If this process breaks down, the potential for violence is massive. I've given you the positives. So before I end, I need to tell you what can go dangerously wrong. Our strength so far has been that we have done all this peacefully. What can destroy our momentum is the opposite energy: hatred, anger, and violence, and the politics of polarization, which has raised its ugly head in India today. Violence and hatred distract people from the task at hand. Liberal journalists being shot, people being lynched because they are Dalits, Muslims killed on suspicion of eating beef. This is new in India and damages India very badly. The politics of hate divides and polarizes India, making millions of people feel that they have no future in their own country. In today's connected world, this is extremely dangerous. It isolates people and makes them vulnerable to radical ideas. Finally, listening to India is very important. She will give you all the answers that you seek. India's institutions have over 70 years built a profound understanding of our country. We have experts in every single field. Ignoring India's tremendous institutional knowledge and taking ad hoc decisions is reckless and dangerous. Decisions like demonetization, which removed 86% of cash from circulation overnight and was carried out unilaterally without asking the chief economic advisor, the cabinet, or even parliament, imposes a devastating cost on India. Currently, we are not producing enough jobs. 30,000 new youngsters are joining the job market every single day. 30,000. And yet, the government is only creating 500 jobs a day. And this does not include the massive pool of already unemployed youngsters. The decline in economic growth today is worrying and is leading to an upsurge of anger in the country. The government's economic policies, demonetization, and a hastily applied GST have caused tremendous damage. Millions of small businesses were simply wiped out as a result of demonetization. Farmers and manual laborers who use cash were hit extremely hard. Agriculture is in deep distress, and farmer suicides have skyrocketed across the country. Demonetization, a completely self-inflicted wound, caused approximately 2% loss in India's GDP. India cannot afford to grow and create jobs at the current rate. If we continue at the current rate, if India cannot give the millions of people entering the job market employment, anger will increase, and it has the potential to derail what has been built so far. That will be catastrophic for India and the world beyond it.
And over the last 3 years, you've had some time to think and introspect. What have you learnt about rebuilding a party organization in these few years?
See, any party in India that is in power for 10 years will run into a problem. It's just natural. India is a complex country. Normally you don't win more than a term in a row. And we won 2 terms. The vision that we had laid out in 2004 was designed at best for a 10-year period. And it was pretty clear that the vision that we had laid out in 2004, by the time we arrived at 2010-11, it was already not working anymore. And the Congress party, unlike the BJP and the RSS is basically a conversation. Most of my work is sitting in a room listening to people. This is what I think, 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 and collecting all that information and then coming out with a solution that makes everybody happy. So the way we design policies or the way we design a vision is not by standing up there and saying, listen, this is what I think, I'm going to tell you, this is what we're going to do. We design a vision by having a conversation. And somewhere around 2012, and I'll say this, a certain arrogance crept into the Congress party. And they stopped having that conversation. So, rebuilding the Congress party is a couple of things. One is designing a vision that India can use going forward. One of the things that we did was the right to information. And what the right to information did was massively increase transparency. So a lot of the problem that we faced was actually because of a massive increase in transparency that we created, which, by the way, Mr. Modi has shut down. So Mr. Modi has basically clamped down on the RTI, on the right to information. So the amount of information that was flying around in our time is simply not flying around. So one reason we got into quite a lot of trouble was because we dramatically increased the amount of transparency. But if you want to take on corruption in India, corruption happens because of arbitrary centralized power. You have to crack arbitrary centralized power. You have to decentralize power. Unless you decentralize power, you're not going to take on